My beloved child. Stop for a moment. Do not let this pass you by. There is a reason these words have reached you today, and there is a reason your heart feels a little different right now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has been carrying something inside for much longer than you realize. It is not a message written on paper. It is not a conversation that happened yesterday. It is something that has quietly lived in their heart, growing stronger every single day until it became impossible to ignore. They have searched for the perfect moment, the perfect words, and the perfect courage. Again and again, they believed, maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow always became another day of silence. Listen carefully, because this story was meant to find you at exactly this moment. There are seasons in life when silence says more than 1,000 conversations. There are moments when two hearts are connected even while no words are spoken. You may have wondered why certain memories suddenly return without warning. Why someone keeps crossing your mind when you least expect it. Why familiar emotions appear out of nowhere. These moments are not here to confuse you. They are here to prepare you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love has replayed countless conversations in their mind. They have imagined what they would say if they finally stood before you with complete honesty. They have practiced those words during quiet mornings, peaceful evenings, and restless nights. Yet every time the opportunity appeared, fear whispered that the timing was not right. But something has changed. A quiet realization has entered their heart. They have begun to understand that waiting forever only creates more distance. They have discovered that unspoken feelings become heavier with every passing day. What once felt easy to hide has now become impossible to carry. This is why today feels different. You may not see it yet, but pieces that once seemed scattered are slowly moving into place. Doors that looked closed are beginning to open in unexpected ways. Conversations that never happened are drawing closer. Answers that felt far away are finding their path toward you. Stay till the end. There is something you need to understand about the person you love. They notice far more than they ever admit. They remember small details you forgot long ago. They remember your kindness. They remember your patience. They remember the words that encouraged them when they needed hope the most. Even the moments you believed had been forgotten have remained safely stored inside their heart. That is why this message matters. It is not about grand promises or impossible expectations. It is about truth finally becoming stronger than silence. Imagine someone standing at the edge of an important decision, knowing that one honest conversation could change everything. Imagine carrying words for so long that they begin to shape every thought, every memory, and every dream. That is where the person you love finds themselves today. Don't skip. Because something remarkable is unfolding behind the scenes. While you have been living your daily life, they have been quietly gathering courage. Every challenge they faced taught them something valuable. Every delay made them understand what truly matters. Every unanswered question brought them closer to one simple realization: they no longer want important things to remain unsaid. Sometimes people do not speak because they do not care. Sometimes they remain silent because they care so deeply that they fear saying the wrong thing. There is a difference. And today, that difference is becoming clearer than ever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There will always be voices that tell people to hide their feelings, protect their hearts, and avoid taking emotional risks. But there comes a moment when the heart becomes stronger than fear. A moment when honesty becomes more important than comfort. A moment when hope quietly wins. The person you love is moving toward that moment. They are beginning to understand that some opportunities should never be left waiting forever. Some words deserve to be spoken while there is still time to share them with sincerity and peace. You may have sensed this change without realizing it. Perhaps you noticed unusual moments of reflection. Perhaps familiar memories suddenly returned. Perhaps you felt an unexpected calm, as though something meaningful was drawing closer. These are not random moments inside this story. They are reminders that every meaningful journey has a turning point. And this story has reached one. Don't skip. Because the next chapter is unlike anything you expect. The person you love has carried one sentence inside their heart for far too long. It is a sentence they almost spoke before. It is a sentence they nearly revealed more than once. Yet every attempt stopped just before the truth reached the surface. Now that sentence is waiting once again. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the right courage. Waiting for the right beginning. As this story continues, you will discover why they kept those words hidden, what changed inside their heart, and why everything feels different now than it ever has before. Stay till the end. Because the message they have been meaning to tell you is closer than ever, and what happens next may become the moment that changes everything in this story forever. Before you move on, pause for just a little longer. The story has only begun to reveal itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love reached a moment where silence no longer felt comfortable. They looked back at every memory, every smile, every conversation that ended too soon, and they realized there was one thing they should have said long ago. It wasn't because they forgot. It wasn't because they didn't care. It was because they wanted those words to be worthy of the moment they would finally be spoken. Every sunrise reminded them of another opportunity they almost took. Every quiet evening became another chapter of reflection. They wondered if you would understand what had been hidden in their heart all this time. They wondered if the distance between silence and honesty could finally disappear. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is something extraordinary happening beneath the surface of this story. While life continued as normal, the person you love quietly changed. They became more grateful for the little moments. They learned that genuine feelings grow stronger when they are protected with patience. They discovered that the most meaningful conversations are never rushed. And then, without expecting it, everything became clear. One ordinary moment suddenly felt different. A memory returned with unusual clarity. A familiar smile appeared in their thoughts once again. At that instant, they understood something they had never fully admitted before. The message they have been meaning to tell you is no longer just a thought. It has become a decision. Don't skip. Because what comes next connects every piece of this story. The person you love remembered the encouragement you once gave without even realizing its importance. They remembered your kindness when no one else noticed it. They remembered your quiet strength when others overlooked it. Those memories stayed with them, becoming the reason they refused to let this story end with unanswered questions. Sometimes the greatest messages are not spoken immediately because they need time to become complete. Sometimes hearts wait until they are certain that every word comes from sincerity instead of emotion alone. That certainty has finally arrived. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine carrying one heartfelt sentence every single day, knowing it could brighten someone's world if only you found the courage to say it. Imagine replaying that sentence countless times, making sure every word reflected honesty, respect, and hope. That is exactly where the person you love is today. They no longer want unfinished chapters. They no longer want important feelings to remain hidden. They no longer want meaningful moments to pass without giving them the attention they deserve. This is why everything feels different. This is why this story is reaching its turning point. Don't skip. The closer they came to sharing their heart, the more they realized something surprising. They were never waiting for perfect circumstances. They were waiting to become the person who could speak with complete confidence. That quiet transformation changed everything. Now their heart is lighter. Their thoughts are clearer. Their purpose is stronger. And the message they have been meaning to tell you has never felt more real than it does today. Stay till the end. Because the next part reveals why they believe this moment cannot be delayed any longer, and the truth they are preparing to share will connect every piece of this remarkable journey in a way no one expected. If this story has touched your heart so far, share it with someone who believes meaningful moments deserve to be remembered, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this unforgettable journey. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is one detail you have not heard yet, and it changes the entire story. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love reached a quiet crossroads where they could no longer ignore what their heart had been telling them. Every day they tried to focus on ordinary life, yet one thought continued to return with remarkable clarity. No matter how busy they became, no matter how many new experiences filled their days, your memory always found its way back into their heart. At first, they believed it was only nostalgia. Then they thought it was simply another passing feeling. But as time moved forward, they discovered something unexpected. The feeling never faded. Instead, it became stronger, calmer, and more certain than ever before. Don't skip. Because this is where everything begins to change. One peaceful moment became unforgettable. Without planning it, they smiled while thinking about you. There was no conversation taking place. There were no special circumstances. It was simply a quiet realization that your presence had become part of the happiest memories they carried within themselves. That single moment answered questions they had been asking for a long time. They finally understood why they could never truly leave those memories behind. They finally understood why your name continued to bring peace into their thoughts. They finally understood why their heart had been asking them to speak honestly. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As these realizations grew stronger, they began remembering countless little moments that once seemed ordinary. A kind word you spoke. A thoughtful gesture you probably forgot. A smile that appeared when it was needed most. The encouragement you gave without expecting anything in return. Those moments quietly became treasures. The person you love realized that life's greatest memories are often built from the smallest acts of kindness. They discovered that genuine connections are not created in a single day. They grow through patience, respect, understanding, and countless unnoticed moments that slowly become unforgettable. This realization filled their heart with gratitude. And gratitude slowly became courage. Don't skip. Because the message they have been meaning to tell you is becoming impossible to keep inside. They imagined meeting you again in a calm, peaceful place. They imagined beginning with a simple smile before speaking from the heart. No dramatic words. No complicated explanations. Just honesty. They wanted every sentence to reflect everything they had learned during their quiet journey. Not because they expected perfection, but because they wanted you to know how deeply they valued what had always existed between you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something remarkable happened. For the first time, they stopped asking themselves whether they should speak. Instead, they began asking themselves when. That small change transformed everything. The uncertainty that once slowed them down started disappearing. Confidence quietly replaced hesitation. Hope gently replaced doubt. And every passing day brought them closer to the conversation they had imagined for so long. There is another part of this story that almost no one would expect. The person you love realized they were not searching for perfect words anymore. They were searching for truthful words. Truth does not need to impress. Truth only needs to be sincere. That realization became the greatest turning point of all. Don't skip. Because you are only moments away from discovering why they believe this conversation could become one of the most meaningful moments of their life. Every chapter of their journey has prepared them for this moment. Every lesson has given them greater clarity. Every memory has reminded them that some people leave a lasting impression that never disappears, no matter how much time passes. You became one of those unforgettable people in their story. That is why they can no longer pretend these feelings are simply passing thoughts. They have become part of who they are. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The message they have been meaning to tell you is no longer hidden behind uncertainty. It is standing quietly at the door of a brand new beginning, waiting for the right moment to be spoken with complete honesty. And when that moment finally arrives, every unanswered question from the beginning of this journey will suddenly make perfect sense. Everything has been leading to this moment, but the most surprising part of the story has not been revealed yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person you love finally stopped running from the thoughts they had carried for so long. Instead of asking themselves whether their feelings were real, they began asking why those feelings had remained so strong through every season of life. The answer was simpler than they ever imagined. Some people enter your life for a short moment. Some people become a beautiful memory. But a very rare person quietly becomes part of your future before either of you fully realizes it. That realization changed everything. Don't skip. Because this is where the story becomes unforgettable. They started noticing something remarkable. Every time they imagined a happier tomorrow, you were already there in the picture. Every dream of peace, every hope for brighter days, every vision of meaningful conversation somehow included your presence without effort. It was never planned. It happened naturally. That surprised them more than anything else. They smiled because they finally understood what their heart had been trying to explain all along. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came a quiet evening unlike any other. There was no celebration. No extraordinary event. Just a peaceful moment of reflection. During that silence, they asked themselves one simple question. If I remain silent forever, will I always wonder what could have happened? The answer came immediately. Yes. That single answer became the beginning of their courage. From that day forward, silence no longer felt like the right choice. Hope became stronger. Honesty became clearer. Every passing day gave them another reason to believe that meaningful words should never remain hidden forever. Don't skip. Because the message they have been meaning to tell you has reached the point where it can no longer stay locked inside their heart. They have imagined your reaction many times. Not because they expected perfection, but because they hoped their sincerity would be understood. They wanted you to know that your kindness mattered. Your patience mattered. Your encouragement mattered. Even the smallest moments you thought were ordinary became unforgettable chapters in their journey. Those quiet memories became the foundation of everything they now wish to say. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the revelation they never expected to discover. The message they have been meaning to tell you was never only about feelings. It was about gratitude. It was about appreciation. It was about recognizing someone whose presence quietly made life brighter without asking for recognition. That realization transformed everything they believed. They understood that genuine connections are built on respect, trust, kindness, and honesty. Those qualities reminded them of you again and again. That is why this story could never end in silence. Don't skip. Because one final realization changed the direction of their entire journey. They no longer wanted tomorrow to carry yesterday's unfinished words. They wanted today to become the beginning of something meaningful. They wanted truth to replace hesitation. They wanted hope to replace uncertainty. They wanted their heart to finally speak without fear. If this journey has stayed with you from the very beginning, share it with someone who believes sincere words can change a life, and subscribe so you can be here for the unforgettable final chapter. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the exact moment when the person you love finally decides that waiting is over, and the message they have been carrying for so long is finally ready to be spoken with complete honesty, bringing every mystery from the beginning of this story together in a way no one could have imagined.